Success is present in each day we are given. Everything and everyone else is a bonus. Remain a student, believe in you, remember why you are doing this, and keep going. Welcome back to the Keys Podcast. I am your host, Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lilly, like the flower. And this is the Keys Podcast. This is officially the 3-year anniversary episode. Let's go! 3 years of podcasting, 85 episodes deep. I can't believe it, but I can because here we are. Thank you all for your undivided support each week that I've posted an episode. Sometimes there were gaps, but you stuck with me. We are learning and growing together. And again, there are no gatekeepers here because I truly believe in sharing is caring, but also transparency. In this journey that I'm on, I didn't get here alone. I didn't get here because I knew what I was doing. I didn't get here because I didn't have faith. No, I studied, I learned, I figured things out, and I'm still figuring things out. But this time, behind my mic, behind my computer, behind my desk, I'm documenting the journey and sharing it all with you in hopes to inspire, encourage, uplift, and get us all taking action on our dreams, because that's what it's all about. Living a life that we enjoy, that we feel free in each and every day. Even when things are rough, tough, I still find joy even in the hardships, which is what today's episode is all about, mindset. Mindset is pillar number 5 of 5 in this 5-part mini-series that I did leading up to the 3-year anniversary, because I thought it was important to share how I've lasted 7+ years, not just within the real estate industry, but self-employed. 3 years ago, this podcast was actually called the Transaction Care Podcast, which was an extension of my YouTube channel. But I realized somewhere along the way, this was deeper than just real estate. This is deeper than just how to manage a file, how to audit a file. And that's when I changed the name from Transaction Care to the Keys Podcast. So within this 3-year journey, things have changed. Things have gone well. Things have fallen apart. But I'm grateful I documented this journey because you can all see that it's imperfect. It's not always pretty. But if I didn't have the right mindset or tools in place in order to keep me encouraged, to keep me going, and be okay with taking breaks and saying no, I wouldn't have been able to press on and reach 85 episodes, 3 years of this show. I do believe in longevity, but a lot of the times I was chasing that instant gratification, and having that mindset of instant gratification is exhausting. It really is, because I'm constantly chasing these fleeting results instead of building a lifestyle, embodying the habits that are required to show up every single day to have a quality product. And outside of business and sales and money, having a quality of life. I want to do activities and go to events and be surrounded by people that I can learn from, that I enjoy supporting, that I respect. And when I respect them, it leads to loyalty. And connected to that is community. And I truly value community. And it took me a while to realize that at first this show was all about just me sharing tips about being a TC, a transaction coordinator, working in real estate, which at first was fun. It was great. It felt wonderful. And then it started to become self-serving. And I wanted to create a platform, a brand, a business, a community that was rooted in something deeper than what I've been through. I think it's important to share your journey and be authentic and take what you've learned, me specifically, what I've learned, and share it so the next person behind me or next to me or even in front of me can learn from, so we can get to where we're intended to go a little smoother, with more ease. All of our journeys are going to be bumpy. I always leave room for errors and mistakes and setbacks. That's normal. But again, that circles back to having the right mindset and the right tools. And those tools can be anything from words of affirmations, prayer, books, music, the people you surround yourself with. If you want to be an entrepreneur, but right now you're sitting behind your desk or working at a place you're not really happy with, embody that. Embody the future you. I am an entrepreneur. I will be an entrepreneur. I'm working towards being an entrepreneur. Before you catch yourself saying, I hate this job, I want to get out of here, or maybe you've already said it, it's okay. Follow it up with something positive. Follow it up with something that's affirming to you in your journey ahead, so you can get closer to it. So when that moment appears and finds you, you will be ready mentally, emotionally, spiritually. because physically, it's easy to do a job. It's easy to show up, get the work done, go home, come back. But when you want to invest in yourself wholeheartedly, it takes practice believing in yourself. I grew up with the utmost confidence in myself and my abilities. I relied on a lot of my natural talent. But after a while, that natural talent wears off. It fades away. You get older, you get crankier, you get achier. When I was becoming an entrepreneur, becoming self-employed, I found other entrepreneurs that had quit their jobs, that were creating content, that were doing the things that I envisioned for myself. And I immersed myself in what they were doing and took the pieces that worked for them, that aligned with me, and applied it into my life. It's one thing to have the mindset, but it's another thing to have the mindset to be able to take action. Action, action, action. In fact, that's probably going to be a pillar in itself. In these first 7 years of being self-employed, I've relied on these 5 pillars. My why, knowing my numbers and my budget, being educated, relying on my education, continuously educating myself, then marketing myself, putting myself out there, not being afraid of rejection, not being afraid of failing publicly at that, failing silently, suffering in silence. Why am I suffering in silence? I need help. Let me go ask for help. Marketing. And what has worked for me, and maybe for you as well, or what will work for you, is having a clear definition of what success means to you, of what failure means to you, of what boundaries mean to you, and sticking to those. You can always edit, refine them later through your experiences, but ultimately, our mindset is connected to what we believe in, our attitude about the world, about work, about money. If we're making money on a weekly basis, but we're miserable every night, dragging our feet going to those jobs, why are you torturing yourself? I'm not saying to be totally impulsive and quit on the spot, but start changing your mind. Instead of saying, I hate this job, what do you love about it? Focus on that while you're working on getting out of that situation. You need something to keep you in there if you can't leave. Believe me, I've been in situations, I'm currently in a situation right now where I have a choice. And I'm afraid to make that choice, but part of me also knows that I'm not ready to make the choice I want to make. There's still some things I need to clean up and fix. I'm not trying to make it perfect, but I just know there's still some steps I need to take in order to set myself up for the next part of my life. And I can't be impulsive and just quit right now. I mean, I can, but I truly think that it's going to make my life a lot harder and difficult. Another month, another 2 months of enduring this, but while I focus on the good parts and use the rest of my energy to build up the other aspects of my business, I'm okay with that. I don't feel like I'm suffering. I don't believe that I'm suffering. I don't think that I'm thinking any less of myself. If anything, I'm being honest and honoring the fact that I messed up. I got a little too complacent. I got a little bit too comfortable and lazy. I'm not spending my money wisely. I got myself in a bit of a pickle financially, collected some debt, and now it's time to fix it. I'm getting myself out of that situation. I'm changing my mind. And through that process, remain accountable. If you need an accountability partner, find someone. But ultimately, this is all about creating safety for yourself. Safety within your mind, within your body, and in the world. How you show up publicly, how you earn money. One of the biggest shifts I made in my life was changing the way I thought about money and detaching my self-worth and my value to the dollar amount in my bank account. That was a huge mindset shift that I encountered just last year. I'm 41 years old. Undoing, unpacking all of the beliefs and doubts that were put on me from my youth, that I learned, that I created for myself, because it goes back to that taking accountability part, right? My parents, my family, those that I surrounded myself did their best with what they had. As I got older, I started to work for many, many years, just having fun with my money, which was great, but I didn't really set myself up for the future. So when I started to learn about investments and stocks and savings accounts, the different types, I realized, okay, it's time to grow up. It's time to mature in the way I spend my money. So that means I have to sacrifice going out. I have to go out a little less than I was before. Maybe that means taking a year off from drinking or partying. I have to do what I have to do to protect myself, to feel safe. Because I think, and I do believe that a lot of us are out here surviving because we don't feel safe. It could be due to past traumas, past experiences, disappointments, rejection, people playing you, stealing from you. There's a lot we have to work through in order to have our breakthroughs. And that's work I'm willing to do. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of living in these old stories and feeling sorry for myself. I do have my moments. I'm human. I'm not perfect. But ultimately, I know that I have to get out of my way at some point. And when it comes to money being an issue, it's because I allowed it to be an issue. I allowed the fact that I don't have enough money. I don't make enough money. I'm in debt. Everything is so expensive. I can't afford this lifestyle. I allowed that to take ownership in my mind, to have several keys to different parts of my brain, which then impacted my body physically, emotionally, which led me to just be on my couch, depressed, sad, crying, screaming, praying for help, anything, pleading. It's because I allowed my quote unquote brokenness to break me. So start small. Start every day with a different affirmation or the same affirmation until you believe it. Pray, mean your prayers, and meet your prayers and your blessings halfway through. You have to put in the work. That's one thing I had to learn the hard way. There's no escaping the work. And you don't have to dread work. When you have a strong why, you know your numbers, you're educated, you put yourself out there, all of that is a culmination of your mindset and how you show up on a daily basis. You just have to show up and be present for that day. Yes, we have plans, we have dreams, we have goals. We'll get there. But how you approach each day and how you handle each day is what's going to feed into our future. How you reassess those bad days, or when you snapped on someone or you didn't respond the way you wanted to, it's all data, it's all information for us to learn and grow from. Not to live in and let reside in our brain to keep us down for decades. And I want to emphasize, you don't have to do any of this alone. You may start off alone, getting with yourself and God, a journal, if you have faith or you have a religion. I'm not pushing that on anyone. I'm just saying believing in God has helped me. But I also don't go to church. I don't claim a religion. But I do have faith. I read the Bible. I journal every day. I read devotionals. I read affirmations. And that works for me. I have also invested in coaching and therapy. Because after a while, writing in my journal, sometimes I feel like I'm talking in circles or that I'm talking to myself. I'm not equipped to see my blind spots. I'm not equipped with the language or the tools that can help me. I brought this up in a previous episode, but I want to bring it back to your attention. Is I spoke to a money coach about a month ago, and just after speaking about my journey, within 5 minutes, he immediately said, "Safety. You need more safety." And I thought he meant like a safety net, numbers in my bank account. And when he broke it down, he said, no, you don't feel safe with money. You don't feel safe in the choices you're making. And that hit me so hard because it was something so simple, but it was something I couldn't see unless I spoke to someone about it. Expressing yourself is a way to improve your mindset as well. Having those third-party outlets that aren't connected to your family or your friends or your community. Someone that can listen to you. How often do we go about our days absorbing people's thoughts and feelings and emotions as well as our own, but we never outwardly express them? Some people have their outlets that are the gym or the club. That used to be mine. Coaching, therapy, whatever it is for you, have it in your toolbox. Have those things readily available to you to keep your mindset, to keep you in the game. I've also found that when I'm blocked or when I'm unable to know what my next step should be, I just step away. I don't force it. So if I I do work in the real estate industry. If my focus is real estate 24/7 and I'm ready to take my business or my lifestyle to the next level, but I can't seem to figure out what it is, I'll step away. I'll do something completely unrelated just to get my mind out of those patterns that I've built for myself. Because now I'm entering a new season, so it's going to require a new mindset, new attitude, new approach. So wherever you're at in life, if you feel stuck, just step away from your situation for a moment. Do something you've never done, legally, ethically, safely, like a pottery class is what I mean. Find joy in other aspects of life. Use other parts of your brain that you don't normally use. And then see where that creativity, what that stirs within you. And then take that momentum and create a system for yourself to where almost daily, you're now creating a new lifestyle for yourself. And you may still be in that job or that business that you feel stuck in. And it might unlock something to free you within that space to keep you there. Quitting isn't always the option. Even though I quit my job, I wouldn't ever tell anyone to just outwardly quit because everyone's journey is completely different. Now, if things are happening illegally, you're getting abused or anything of that nature, I would probably say, yeah, quit or get the authorities involved. But for the most part, doing the work is going to help you create the foundation that you need for the next phases of your life. And letting go of those negative mindsets by practicing more of what you enjoy in doing. Practicing telling yourself, hyping yourself up. Because there's always going to be perceivably people that are better than you, faster, wiser, busier, richer, popular, all of those things. And you can use that against you to keep you down or as the fuel for you to keep going while you are chasing your dreams, your goals, sticking to your mission, your visions. You will be tested often, which is why having a strong why is going to hold you down in those moments. Create the roadmap. There will be times when you have to take a detour, a pit stop. But if you know you're still on that right path, keep going. We're going to continue this conversation in the new year. I just wanted to open up the dialogue, share with you all how I've gotten through the last 7+ years, approaching 8 years in January 2026 of business, entrepreneurship, being self-employed, a solopreneur, however you want to label it. Working for yourself is not easy work, but it is worth it. When you have a strong foundation, you know why you're doing these things, you know why you're showing up, what keeps you inspired, what keeps you motivated. You're willing to do the work. You're willing to trust the process, enjoy the process, embrace the process. This is all for you. No fear other people's will project on you or doubts that other people project on you or their beliefs will ever help you. So you have to create your own and take action. Believe in yourself daily. Even if you have to practice believing in yourself on a daily basis until it becomes real and the truth that you believe in, do it. I'm here to support you, encourage you, uplift you. Reach out to me. I want to speak to you directly. Maybe we can work something out in the future in coaching. Visit my website, lillianhernandez.com. All of that information will be in the description. If you need help planning the future, 2026 and beyond, I'm going to leave a link special for this episode only. It's called 2026 Planning. No matter when you see that link, as long as it's still active, I will honor that price so you can have a solid foundation for your future. It doesn't have to be before January 1st. It doesn't have to be on January 1st. It doesn't even have to be in January. You might need an August refresh. I will honor that price in that link. But you have to click on it to find out what that price is. Because yesterday's price is not today's price. But for that link, it will be. But for now, thank you for listening to the Keys Podcast. This is episode 85, the 3-year anniversary episode. It was all about mindset, which was the final pillar that has held me up these last 5 years. Of course, God, my faith, my family, those that love me have helped along the way as well. But when you really break it down, I wanted to give you guys 5 keys, 5 pillars, 5 elements that have helped me and kept me focused when things have been great and bad, that I referenced each and every time, that were a part of my lifestyle, that I embodied, that I embraced. When I was lacking, I looked back at this list and said, oh yeah, okay, my budget's off. Let me go look at my numbers. And when my budget was good, I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't been marketing myself. People don't know that I started a coaching business in 2025, that I officially launched my coaching business in 2025, that I am a coach. I said that 3 times so you guys can understand. My coaching business and spots are open and available. But it was because of these 5 pillars that I learned through my transaction coordinator business that allowed me to then venture out and do content creation, do coaching, and whatever else and whatever other ventures are ahead of me. So thank you again for your listenership, your loyalty, for showing up each week. Go binge watch the other 84 episodes that have been posted, because more is to come in the future. God willing, more interviews, more conversations about these 5 pillars and the next 5 pillars. I am approaching 8 years being self-employed. Who knows what those next 8 years, God willing, have in store. But I'm going to be documenting it. I'm going to be sharing it with you all. Visit my website, LillianHernandez.com. If you would like to be a guest on the show or know someone that would be a good fit on the show, feel free to email me, thekeyswork@gmail.com. And until then, I will be launching the Keys podcast, social media, and YouTube channels. So stay tuned for that. I will be introducing video in 2026, which is why I need to take some time off for the next few weeks to get all of that in order and to get my mind right, because mindset is key, right? And stay tuned. More to come, more podcasts, more conversations. We're going to go deeper, wider, and continue to have fun, inspiring, encouraging, uplifting. I love doing this show. I love meeting you all, talking to you guys, and helping you along your journey. Visit thekeyspodcast.com to stream old episodes and to learn more about the show and myself. And if you would like to schedule a one-on-one with me, all of that information will live in the description of this episode, as well as on my personal website, LillianHernandez.com. So until the next episode, the next 85 plus episodes, we shall see. I'm your host, Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lily, like the flower. And this is the Keys Podcast. I'm giving you the keys. There are no gatekeepers here. Talk soon.